How are your nerves and how are your excitement?
Nerves are probably about like a 6 or 7, but my excitement's at about a 9 or a 10.
Okay.
My nerves are at like a 3, excitement at an 11. I'm not nervous at all because that's the beauty of this tournament. There's no stakes beyond this in-season tournament, but it's all fun, and I think they're going to do well tonight.
I'm a 12 and nerve-sighted. I'm
nerve-sighted.
I'm both right now, but let's do it.
I'm nervous, weirdly enough. Like, I get that there are very few stakes, I guess you could say, in quotes. But at the same time, I feel like it's a lot on the line. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
One, it's the Lakers. 2, I want to prove everybody wrong who popped off today being like, well, you better hope that so-and-so win because blah, blah, blah. And also, I would love to win the inaugural in-season tournament. Like, that would be super dope.
Hell yeah.
I was pretty hyped already before, but then when Tyrese Halliburton was like, we really wanted to get to Vegas, I was just like, yeah, let's fucking go. I really want to get to Vegas too, so let's go.
I'm excited.
Really, what's on the line is Gerald and my ability to sleep tomorrow.
That's it.
We'll be hitting the road very soon.
You can sleep when you're dead, Espo.
Cry so much about
now
driving
is not
4
the
hours.
time. Listen, if anybody can relate it to me, I hate driving. Listen, we're going to get ready tonight with a very special anthem, if you will, written, performed, and produced by @Dustin Jake Music on Twitter. Hit it, Eric.
A purple and orange, about to throw down. A color chord, trippy hitting King James with the closeout. Grayson and Gordon, pulling up from downtown. Jay and Jordan staying busy, gonna put you in the dog pound. Katie Book, Merrick, J.O. in the pick and roll, Lakers staying home, K.O. in the crypto. Brad Beal, feel better, man. Suns in 1.
Suns in Wood.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Shout out again to Dustin Jake Music on Twitter for putting that together. It was so funny. He was like, I just had a little extra free time before this game tipped off since it's an 8 p.m. start.
With the closeout.
Honestly,
K.O. in the crypto.
he probably tagged us in that, maybe like an hour ago, something like that. In the last 15 minutes alone, everybody in this office has been humming it or singing a little piece of that song. That's going to be stuck in everyone's head for a hot minute.
I'm ready.
Shout out to you, Dustin. Thank you for sending that our way and creating that masterpiece.
Yeah, I love that we made one dumb...
Hey, Dustin's in the
Hey! I love that we made one dumb nickname for this thing and we got a song out of it.
I love it.
Let's go.
So great. Y'all are awesome. Okay, let's dive into the nitty gritty around this game. We'll first start with the injury report. Earlier today, it was looking like it could be a little hefty, but thankfully, all is well. Eric Gordon is available for the Suns, so that means only Bradley Beal and Damian Lee are out on their side of things. So on the Lakers side of things, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Rui Hachimura, Jared Vanderbilt were all either probable or questionable coming into tonight's game. They are all available and will play, but Gabe Vincent is out. So, 2 healthy, for the most part, teams going toe-to-toe in this one, which is nice because we didn't have that early on in the season. And I think, obviously, one of the big pieces of that puzzle, of course, is Devin Booker, who has yet to play against the Lakers this season, including preseason. How are you guys feeling about Book being available for this one?
Good. I had zero doubt that LeBron James and Anthony Davis were going to play too. That was just all bullshit. So I'm excited for this game. I think Devin Booker is going to be the difference maker in this. to be frank. I think we didn't have him the first 2 games, and we had Brad Beal for half of a game, and that half a game was fantastic. The second half, not so much, because Brad Beal's back tightened up, and he wasn't as effective as he was the first half. I think you're going to get a full game of Devin Booker, hopefully, knock on wood, and I think that's going to be the difference.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Suns are 8-1 in the last 9 games against the Lakers where Devin Booker played. This is a team that he plays very well against. It's an arena that he plays very well. We remember him closing out the Lakers on their own floor with 47 a couple of years ago. He likes this Suns-Lakers rivalry. He likes playing against LeBron James, and he owns it when he's out there. And throw that on top of the fact that he's having a career year in pretty much every aspect, that he has Kevin Durant on his side this time around, and that the Suns were winning through the first 3 quarters both times they played this game without Devin Booker, one of which without Bradley Beal. They're going to be fine. Those fourth quarter collapses, having Devin Booker back will make a big difference in round 3.
Yeah, I mean, they basically put the Lakers in a pick your poison situation where before they could collapse on KD like they did in those first 2 games. I mean, at times they almost shifted the entire court his direction and dared the rest of the Suns to do something. You can't obviously do that, or you can, and then you're going to pay the price with Devin Booker 1 pass away. So I'm excited to see what they're able to do. I think this is going to be a very competitive game, a lot of fun, just like that Indy game the last night on the East side. And I think that Kevin Durant is going to have a big game because of Book, but Book's going to have a big game, and this team should be able to take care of business.
Yeah, so we are not the only ones who are excited for Devin to be back. Over at ALLCITY, our parent company, of course, the All NBA podcast with Adam Mares and Tim Legler, they asked the question, what is the Suns' advantage for tonight's game? And here's how they answered.
What's the Suns' advantage?
The Suns' advantage is they don't have – the Lakers I don't think have a great matchup for Booker. I think the way he's playing right now, and look, Durant is going to get the higher level defensive caliber player on him, and he's going to get a lot of attention. He's operating in a great place right now, but Booker to me is the difference maker right now between the 2 teams. Look, the Lakers could beat them in a different way if this game is a little bit slower and more physical, and LeBron and AD are both, and especially AD is really intent on doing damage in the paint and getting quality shots for themselves inside of 18 feet. The Lakers can really control your ability to run, and you're taking a lot of the net. And it's going to be very difficult fouls, all that. It's hard for Phoenix. But I think Booker, the way he's playing right now, and I think that they don't have a great option to chase him and contest him and put the kind of length on him that they need. I think he's going to have an advantage going up against guys like D'Angelo Russell and Austin Reeves. I think he's going to be able to get loose and be the difference maker. I think Booker's going to absolutely put on a show in this game, and that's why I'm giving an edge to the Suns.
This was exactly my big advantage. I just said Booker because I think that, one, the Lakers give up a lot of mid-range, as you talked about, and they just don't have defensive players to guard. Taurean Prince, maybe they throw at him, but that's not going to impact Devin Booker. There's only a few people that can impact Devin Booker, and the Lakers do not have any of them. And they have a couple real big-time sieves in the backcourt there with D'Angelo Russell and Austin Reeves. I think Booker is going to have to feast tonight in that matchup.
So there you go. Everyone is excited for Devin to be back, whether they want to admit that they're excited or they're just kind of hiding it with an advantage talk. You guys know you're excited. Don't even play.
I mean, they make great points.
They do.
Like when you're talking about mid-range, game, Devin Booker's one of the best. Mm-hmm. And I would agree with him. You look at other guys on that roster that might be able to defend Devin Booker. What are you going to talk about? Like throwing some mismatches with Jared Vanderbilt? But then he's the one that's supposed to be guarding KD. So it's going to be a little bit all over the place. I agree. I don't think they have somebody that can guard Devin Booker. And so, and Devin usually plays very, very well against the Lakers, especially in LA Staples /Crypto.
Yeah.
I think there's a mirror image of this though. Who guards AD effectively in this game? Do you put KD there? I think AD is the linchpin on their side where Devin Booker is on our side. I think you can get creative in the way you guard LeBron tonight, but how do you stop AD both on the glass and offensively in this game?
He's an interesting one because we've seen what Lakers fans have seen all season long from him in the 2 games. He had one great game where he was fantastic. He had 30 points. He was a two-way force. And then the second game, it was just kind of like, why is he settling for mid-range jumpers against Jusuf Nurkic? Like, he's kind of been doing that all season where he wavers between all-world player and, like, why is he not being better? So if we get that version of Anthony Davis, I think Suns by 20 tonight. I think if you get the other version of Anthony Davis, it's going to be a much tougher matchup. But I do think Nurkic has made some strides defensively just with his physicality. I think that's something that if you're Anthony Davis and you're a guy that for whatever reason believes in your mid-range jump shot to the extent that he does, maybe you don't want to go down there with the Bosnian Bear and try and get to the basket. So we'll see. He'll probably be aggressive, but
I would agree with you on that side of things, but I also on the offensive side for Nurkic, it felt relatively easy for AD to block his shots last game. So there's going to be that factor as well. This is where Nurkic's passing could play huge dividends. If you can pull out AD from the basket and be able to execute around him, then I think that's how you can really exploit the Lakers. But that's a tall task. It's a tall task.
So tonight, the starting five are going to be Devin Booker, Grayson Allen, Eric Gordon, Kevin Durant, and Jusuf Nurkic. Gerald, I believe you have some stats with this starting lineup.
Yeah, so they've only played 5 games together, but they've played pretty significant minutes. They're 5-0 in those 5 games when they've started that group, and they have a plus 26.2 net rating, those 5 players together. So pretty damn good. They're leaning into the offense in this matchup because of the Lakers' size. They like to score points in the paint. The Suns are saying, okay, guard us on the perimeter then.
So who guards? I mean, this is KD on LeBron in this situation, because you're not putting Grayson. You're not putting Eric.
Yeah.
Obviously, Nurk and AD are matching up, and Book and LeBron isn't a matchup you want to see. So we're getting KD and LeBron, you guys think?
Probably. You might see some Eric Gordon switches onto him just because of the strength factor. But, yeah, it's probably going to look that way.
Oh, the in-season tournament.
It's going to be good.
The matchups we want. All right.
Well, and on top of that, like, listen, we've kind of mentioned this, I think, yesterday, that you don't know how many more KD versus LeBron games you have left because it was a long time coming this season just to have those two play for the first time in how long? It was a couple years,
it
right?
It had been a few years.
Yeah, just because of fluke injuries and whatnot. And they're both kind of getting up there a little later in their careers. You don't know how many more of these you've got. And now we have one in the middle of the season, and it means something. They're all going to be playing at peak performances and peak levels tonight. Like, this is exciting.
And look for, like, not just a one-on-one matchup either, but the Suns are probably going to send a lot of doubles LeBron's way. And, you know, last time the Lakers beat them with the threes, Cam Reddish went crazy. I don't know if you can rely on that because the Lakers are one of the NBA's worst three-point shooting teams. So Frank Vogel might be saying, okay, try and do that again to us. We'll see.
Yeah, I'll take my chances with the silver sniper, Grayson Allen, shooting threes for us versus Cam Reddish for them. I feel pretty good in that, hopefully, evening out.
Yeah, fingers crossed we don't have another Cam Reddish decides to randomly go off kind of game.
Or Christian Wood. Yeah. I could not handle a Christian Wood has a giant game for the Lakers tonight.
Yeah.
You know, one way we can stop that from happening is just get an offensive rebound. Just saying.
Yeah.
Well, you know. Okay, so Ted Offensive in the chat said, I see Grayson going off tonight. Who do you think out of the guys not named, Book, KD, LeBron, and AD? Who are the X factors, if you will?
My spotlight, because I always like to throw out a number, is Grayson Allen, ironically enough. I think if he has 14 points or more, the Suns win by double digits.
Okay. I'm going to go with Nas Little off the bench. I think he just became a parent last week. I think this is their first road trip since that's happened. Maybe he got a really good night's sleep last night for the first time since becoming a parent. And he was playing great leading up to that. So I think maybe this will be the game he gets it back on track.
I think they're going to need Nurk to be that guy tonight, whether it's scoring or his passing. But to Saul's point on the glass is extremely important. And I think Nurk winds up being that guy, but I think Grayson is right there as well.
So in the chat, we have Austin's X Factor is Nasir Little. Tribes is Nasir Little. Lou Bucks is also Nasir Little. And then Tim said Nurk and Grayson Allen. And Hello said Grayson Allen versus Reeves is important. So you guys are same everybody samesies. Espo, what are the guys wearing tonight?
They are wearing their white association edition with the burst, and the Lakers are wearing their weird-ass triangle uniform, which is a throwback to, I believe, their early Los Angeles and their late Minneapolis days where they had the weird peak in the writing. So
Looks like the world's ugliest Christmas tree.
It really
Yeah.
does.
I hate it.
I don't mind the colors. I don't like the.
Yeah, it looks like a
Design.
roof. Like, why do I get a roof on top of my number on the front of my
Yeah,
jersey?
it's a little weird.
Because it's on fire.
We don't need no. Anyway,
So, motherfucker.
So I have a quick question about the jerseys. I know you have to wear opposite colors, right?
Mhm.
Does our purple count?
No,
Would that still be technically a dark
it's a
color,
dark
right?
Color.
So that's probably why we're getting so many white games this year on the road, because every other jersey we have is basically a dark color.
Yeah, because they've now created the rule where the home team gets to pick. So
Right.
it's no longer, white at home, dark on the road. So yeah, you're going to wind up seeing a lot of the white uniform on the road. And I imagine they're going to take it to Vegas, because if they wind up there, they're the road team in all matchups that are remaining that could happen. So
Well, we'll find out. All right, who you guys got and by how much?
I got the Suns by 5.
Okay.
I got Suns by 3.
I got the Suns by 2.
Okay.
I have the Suns by 4. So we've got 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Look at us.
Look at us go. Who'd have thought? Thunder Stan sent us a super chat. They said, I want to see LeBron get a flop tech.
Good luck.
So does everyone.
Yeah. Because we never got one for Jokic, did we?
Nobody
got
got
one
in the,
the-
in the following game.
Yeah, the following
I
game,
was
you gotta find it.
baffled.
So maybe
by
they were
that.
trying to make up for missed opportunities.
Yeah, because $2,000 is really going to teach these guys. So.
It's the principle,
Yeah,
Espo.
sure.
What do our friends over at the BetMGM Sportsbook think about this one?
1.5 point Lakers favorite, which usually you get 2 points for being the home team. So they're not very confident in
Yeah,
this one.
it's a
Yeah.
toss-up.
Well, I mean, you could get some pretty good money, some odds, some
Yeah.
decent odds
Mhm.
anyway on the Suns. That's for sure. Espo, did you take that bet?
I did. I took a version of that bet this evening. I took the Suns at -1.5 for a +115 because I went the Lindsey Smith strategy
Smart.
to try to just take something simple,
Okay.
Smart.
which means we're fucked. Right?
So that means we're all going to blame Espo at the end of this game if
Mhm.
some things go south. Saul, what you got?
I have, oh man, I always can never see this stuff. I have the Suns winning, LeBron over 23.5, KD over 26.5, and Booker over 25 points.
Okay.
I feel
Okay.
like that's pretty
Plus
reasonable.
425?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not too bad. Not too bad. What does Flex have? Oh my
Jeez.
God. Flex
Jesus
from
Christ,
Jersey.
Flex.
My goodness
The
gracious.
Sun,
An
He-
8-leg parlay for plus 525. So the result is a Suns win. Player points, Devin Booker, 25 or more. Player points, Kevin Durant, 25 or more. Player assists, Devin Booker. What is that?
5
or more.
Player points, assists, rebounds for Yusuf Nurkic at 15 or more. Player three-pointers, LeBron James over 1.5. Player points, LeBron James over 20. And player rebounds, Anthony Davis over 10. Plus
Oof.
525.
That's
a lot of work.
8-leg parlay.
I like all of those except the last one, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know if the last one's.
I mean, that
or
might
not.
have been the one that boosted it enough.
Again,
probably.
a lot of work to just get
Yeah.
the plus 525.
You could have done half that and got 425.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and this is probably the first time all year I've legitimately felt really good about my bet.
Really?
Mhm.
Okay.
I have not felt good about any bets this year
Okay.
at all.
Well, I would say a lot of it probably has to do with the fact that, like, we've seen a couple games now of Kevin and Devin playing together. So you're starting to figure out what that looks like on a consistent basis. And I think that was one of the hard parts at the beginning of the season where I was like, I don't feel like I know this team well enough to fully figure out a crazy 8-leg parlay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Espo, I also pulled a Lindsay today and took a fairly safe bet. I've been riding this one for a while now.
Uh-huh.
I kind of like it.
Okay.
So it's the Suns money line and both teams to score 100 points. And it's a plus 130.
I'm feeling a 95-93 game tonight.
We'll see.
Through 2 quarters.
So I went with this because you got your bet in early at a plus 115 for your bet. When I went in a little bit later in the day, it was 105. So then I was like, well, let me just check and see what this one is, 130. And I was like, we'll gamble a little bit today. We'll get a little crazy. But what is the leaderboard looking like?
An extra plus 15. Let's get crazy.
So, Espo, you are down 157.50.
Don't worry, it'll be 150 at the end of the night with that shitty little bet I made.
Chip away.
Oh my gosh.
Chip away.
A win is
It's
a
like
win.
Shawshank.
Espo.
You gotta carry the gravel out to the yard now.
A win is a win. Sometimes you just need one. Saul and Flex, y'all are neck and neck. Saul, you are minus 55.50. Flex is minus 55.41.
Flex ain't hitting tonight.
And then I have a plus 129.18.
I love that Lindsay has 129.18, but has $170 some odd lead on everybody because we're so
Yeah.
It's funny because we keep laughing at her bets, but she keeps just stacking W's slowly but surely.
Y'all just haters. That's all it is. Oh my goodness. Okay, Brian in the chat. Also, if you guys want to get in on the action, download the BetMGM Sportsbook app and use promo code PHNX when you sign up, okay? Brian in the chat said, Nurk in foul trouble early, ... my guarantee. Are you concerned about Nurk getting in foul trouble? I mean, he did foul out a couple times recently.
Always.
It's to his point, always. It's been a concern the last 2 games. He's fouled out of the last 2 games. He needs to be careful tonight because this is a game where they're going to need kind of his strength, his screen setting for all the shooters that they have out there, and just his passing ability too as a connector. Like we saw the last game, the way they were guarding Book and KD front, top blocking everything. His ability to find them on backdoor cuts was huge in that second half.
Yeah, if AD settles for those mid-range jumpers, I'm less worried. If AD uses athleticism and tries to force the issue, that's where I'm worried that Nurk gets in foul trouble and could get played off the court. Because we've seen him struggle in those situations.
Especially Sir flops a lot.
Yeah.
Which one?
Both of them. Both of them. AD swears he got shot from the second deck. I'm like, bro, come on, stop, man.
It's that magic bullet. Yeah.
You dribbled the ball off your foot. You didn't get hit in the face.
Yeah, well. Okay, so final countdown to this game. I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, but we do know from last night's tournament play that the winner of tonight's game will play against the Pelicans. Yeah, I don't know why I was going to say Pacers. I was like, that's not the right one.
Jump ahead a couple.
I know. I was like, I'm getting way too far ahead of myself on that one. The Pelicans. How are you guys feeling about a potential matchup between the Suns and the Pelicans?
I mean, I love it.
I know we all kind of picked Kings yesterday when we were talking about this.
I wasn't here, so
when we were talking about
I picked the Pelicans.
Which matchup we would prefer.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to see the Pels. I don't care. I'm not scared of them. Fuck them.
I'm not scared of anybody in particular. I just thought the Kings would have been a more entertaining game. We know how the Pelicans can be a little bit more physical, but look, the team that can stop the Suns in all this is the Suns. If they're sloppy, if they don't take care of things, if they execute the way that we've seen them execute at their peak, I don't think anybody's a better team in any of this. So
yeah, Pelicans are definitely a tougher matchup for me. I think Herb Jones, Trey Murphy being healthy makes a difference. Like they're getting their guys back, which is a different matchup than probably it would have been a couple weeks ago. But I still feel confident about this team if they can take care of business tonight. I think they have a very good shot to win it all if they win tonight.
And I think the NBA right now, and as we're talking, Milwaukee's kicking New York's ass. I think the league, if they're looking at this from a television perspective, the matchup that probably intrigues them the most is Suns Bucks, because you get Booker and KD, and KD obviously still new in this city. You get Dame, who's new in Milwaukee, and Giannis, who is there. You get that rematch of the finals, and I know it's different, but that's always a storyline. I think the league's looking at that and going, okay, that or this Lakers team is the sexiest thing we could have going on in Vegas on a Saturday night. So
I think at the end of the day, though, as we head into tonight's game, one thing we know for certain, at least from my perspective, is that this in-season tournament has been a huge hit.
Yeah,
it's been
100%.
super fun. Everyone in the chat, a lot of people are saying, like, last night, those games were insane. They were a lot of fun to watch. Like DL said, the Pacers game was fun to watch. Austin said the Pacers-Celtics game was amazing. OMFG, like, this has been a success, especially in year one, where there was a lot of learning curves for us and everyone involved trying to figure out exactly what the rules and everything look like and the scheduling and whatnot. This has absolutely been a blast. Like, I didn't think I would be this excited on a Monday night watching like Celtics and the Pacers play.
Yeah. In December on a Monday night watching a random Eastern Conference game?
Yeah.
No, you never. In any other season, that wouldn't have even registered on any of our radars.
Mhm.
Yes, exactly. So this will be fun. It's always beat LA. Fingers crossed, knock on wood, touch metal, whatever your thing is. Good juju to the guys tonight. I'm excited.
The losing team has to play the Kings
Yes.
Yes.
on Friday.
Yeah,
Yes.
if the Suns lose tonight, they will play the Kings here in Phoenix on Friday night. If they win, they'll play the Pelicans Thursday night.
Yes. So we'll get another game this week, no matter what. But
Mhm.
any final thoughts before we go watch this one?
No,
Yeah.
I'm excited.
My daughter said go Lakers, but she doesn't want me to have to travel. And that is blasphemy. If anybody needs a 7-year-old, I may have one for you. So.
Damn, that's
I'll
tough.
take her.
You already know how I feel about the kids. So.
Same, but Roe is a good one. If there was one that's worth it, it's Roe.
She says go Lakers again. I'm not sure about that.
That's just because she loves you, Wes. She
No,
don't want you to leave.
I don't care. No, you don't love me more than you hate the Lakers. That's a rule.
Oh my goodness
Dad,
gracious.
why won't you open the door? Why won't you open the door? It's cold outside.
Oh my gosh. All right, we are going to round out this show with one final performance from our guy, Dustin Jake Music.
A purple and orange, about to throw down. A color chord, trippy hitting King James with the close out. Grayson and Gordon, pulling up from downtown. Jay and Jordan staying busy, gonna put you in the dog pound. Katie Book, Merck, J.O. in the pick and roll, like you staying home, K.O. in the crypto. Brad Beal, feel better, man. Suns in one.
We all silly like the mayor.